Hi, this is Matt with LSAT Cracked. In this lesson, we're going to talk about a specific template you're going to see on the logical reasoning section. The conclusion is going to tell you that A is preferable to B. It's going to be a comparative conclusion. It's basically going to say that one thing is better than or should be preferred or you should choose this thing over that thing. And we're going to think about an intelligent way to evaluate those type of arguments. So let's take an example where we say the Mercedes has better acceleration, better handling, and better gas mileage than the BMW. Therefore, the Mercedes is a better car than the BMW. We could even add a second flaw in there if we wanted to say, therefore, you should prefer the Mercedes over the BMW. And that's pointing back to a previous lesson where we talked about prescriptive words such as should or ought needing to be supported by a prescriptive premise. But for now, let's take that off to the side. Let's just pretend the conclusion says, therefore the Mercedes is a better car than the BMW. Now, there's two things that's wrong with that. One, we have not defined what makes something the best car or a better car. Now, sure, do we have a mini laundry list of 3 things where the Mercedes is better? Sure. But they never told you that was the definitive list of things that mattered. So it's entirely possible that what you're looking at is an incomplete list. And that's the number one takeaway from this lesson. Unless they've told you that the list of advantages you're looking at is the exhaustive list or the only set of things that can possibly matter to the scope of the conclusion, here what's the better car, you need to be very skeptical. It's entirely possible, after all, that the BMW has a long list of advantages where it's superior to the Mercedes. Just think of yourself watching an advertisement on TV. Of course they're going to list the advantages for their particular product, but that doesn't necessarily make it the entire story. Here, for example, we wanted to weaken the argument. We could say, actually, safety and affordability are the top 2 factors that influence whether or not something is a better car, and the BMW is superior in both respects. That would weaken the argument. The takeaway lesson from this is, simply because A has a few different advantages that are listed, that is insufficient to mandate a conclusion that A is holistically better than B. Keep this in mind, and it's going to improve you on strengthening questions, weakening questions, and especially principal questions.